So we talked with Ryan on the Good Silent Tour back in June, and I thought it was a good time for you guys then. But you guys, this is a great time of year for you. You have the re-release with the acoustic version of When You're Sleeping and Say Yes. You've got Sing For Me, the new single out. You have a solo project album, side project album out now?
Yeah, I actually have 2 different side project, solo albums on it, I guess you can say. Well, my new one's coming out sometime later this year, so
it's a pretty exciting time for you. How are you feeling about it all?
Time. I love it all.
And it's your first headlining tour in 5 years in the U.S., right?
It has been roughly around 5 years, yeah.
Wow. So how's the tour going so far?
Amazing. We are, I think we have about under 2 weeks left. I think 12 days, I think is what we have left on the tour, something like that. Maybe 2 weeks. It's been great. Every Avenue and Go Radio are great opening acts to have. They're great bands. A lot of great personalities on this tour, so we've been having a really good time. And our shows, it's the longest set we've played in a very long time. We're playing like an hour and 45 minutes versus just an hour or just a 45-minute set. And it's really cool because we've been changing up our set every night, so we're not playing the same set every day. It's a different thing. So every kid that if a kid comes to another show, they're going to get a completely different experience.
Right. How's that? Is that a challenge for you guys to be like on the ball with all the songs?
I think it has come to the point where now it's like clockwork. We know exactly what we need to do, and we've been doing it for so long, and just kind of we've been playing music together for so long that we just come together and it just clicks on stage.
Great. And how does it work with the acoustic versions now? Are they fair game for the set list?
We do have a couple of acoustic songs in this set. Once again, we have so many albums right now that have been put out, and with all the records that we have out, we try to pick from each one. Because every night we have kids. We want to hear a song off Underdog. We want to hear a song off One for the Kids. We have Ocean Avenue, Lights and Sounds, Paper Walls, When You're Thinking, Say Yes. And it's like we have to somehow translate that into an hour and 45 minutes. So we try our best to put a little bit of everything into our set, from acoustic songs to hard rocking songs.
Great, and I'm actually excited to talk about the acoustic album with you because you're the drummer.
Yes.
And acoustics, they kind of like give you like pause to think for a second. So can you talk a bit about how it worked for you with the album?
Well, I definitely performed on the album. I used a cajon, which is from a company called Roseland Percussion, that I use on the album. Also, various other percussion instruments. It's nice to change it up a little. I think it's important, especially when you're a band that can take your music and translate it onto an acoustic. I think that really has something to say for the music that you're playing. In any band that maybe, I've seen some really big bands. I remember for me, it was like when I watched Nirvana Unplugged for the first time, that's when I was like, okay, this is really cool. Here's this band that's, completely grunge and rocks out on stage, and then they turn it around and lit candles and they're playing acoustic. It's really cool. So, it was a really cool experience to do. This time it was one of those things where, once again it was, we'd already recorded the songs electric. So going in to do an acoustic, we went in and kind of put a completely different vibe on each song. Like whether I was using shakers or the cajon or whatever it may be, it was just the vibe of the songs. When you listen to the acoustic record, some of the songs that you're used to hearing on the electric version, like that are, let's say, faster, we keep the intensity with it, but it's, how can I say it, a little more mellow.
It's amazing the transformations in the song, like, because you say there's some that sound, as you would expect them to sound, and then others, like the faster ones, that are just, it's amazing what you guys can do with it.
Thank you very much.
Were there any that, you were surprised that, like, they turned out that way, or that were particularly challenging?
I think it was, No, I can't really say. I think it was. I was definitely surprised by the entire thing. You know, I mean, anytime this is the first, acoustic album we've ever done. We've done other things acoustic, but not like this one. The other things that we've done acoustic have been usually a lot of times, Brian Key with the guitar, maybe Sean on violin, playing, and they play a couple of songs. But on this one, it was like we were all a part of it, and that it really brought it out even more, because I think it captured all of our elements in the songs, which was really cool.
So 2011 was great for you guys. What's the rest of the year look like, and into 2012?
The rest of the year for us, we are about to go into the studio again, record a new record.
Wow.
We are going to set up the following year that we have to come with quite a bit of touring. I think we leave to hit tour again somewhere around April, I think. And by then we'll have a new album, and then we'll have more records to add to the set. So yeah, we've got quite a few things coming up. I've got some things on this time off that we're doing that I'm going to be doing with my solo project, LPMD, which I'm going to do on the side. And I've also got my solo album, my actual solo album where it's me, and it's called Defining Me. That's the name of the album, and it's my name, Longineu Parsons. And I'm putting that out. It's a jazz, fusion, and funk album that I'm putting out, and it'll be out sometime in 2012. Sometime in that time I'm putting it out, and it'll be available everywhere.
Great. And how about LPMD? Because I heard the single, and it's definitely an interesting, different vibe from Yellowcard.
Yeah.
So, can you talk a bit about the sound of it?
Yes. LPMD was, one of my best friends, Miles. That's his name, Miles Davis. It's Longineu Parsons and Miles Davis. We thought it'd be cool to call it LPMD. He is a DJ, and he also records and writes music. And for a long time, and he sings too. So for both of us, when I heard his stuff for the first time, I was like, wow, this is really good. I really like your sound. It's really cool. And for the longest time, my fiance was, she'd always tell me, she's like, you should really collaborate, because he was her friend. That's how I met him. Was through her. And she said, man, you need to get together with Miles. He's got this great sound, and I think you two can complement each other very well. So one day, he just came over. We were hanging out, and we set up all the gear in my living room, and we just started putting all our musical creativity together, and out came LPMD. We literally recorded it in my living room, and in a course of a few days, and it's been really cool. We were a little hesitant at first on when to release it, because we're both perfectionists, so you know how that goes. It's like you have work, you've been working on your own, and when you don't have anyone else they're saying, yeah, that sounds great, or maybe you should fix that, and it's just the two of you, and both of you are perfectionists. It makes it difficult to come to an agreement and go, oh, okay, this is ready to be released right now, but we got it together, and we put it out, and what we're trying to do right now, we haven't exactly done it yet, but we're trying to find causes for it, and because we want to definitely support charity with it in some form of way, because we're not LPMD is right now, with this current record that we have, we're about to go in the studio and do another album, but this current record that we have out right now, it's for free. We're not selling it anything. Like, if you go to our website, if you go to and you request it, we'll send it to you for free. That's how we're working this. It's also on iTunes, and it's got a great response. It's definitely a big difference from Yellowcard, in a big way. And it's also different from my other solo album too, because my other solo album, like I said, is jazz, fusion, and funk, and LPMD is like more in the hip hop world, and Yellowcard's Yellowcard, so it makes it a bit different, I should say.
Awesome. And We're from popculturemadness.com, so we're all things pop culture. How about you? Is there anything you can't get enough of these days?
Let's see. Pop culture, enough that I can't get enough of these days. Well, I like Katy Perry.
Alright.
I have to say, I really like where she's gone with her music. You know, lately. Katy Perry's got something good going on. What else do I really like? I've been kicking a lot back into the, hip hop in like the old days lately. I've been listening to a lot of like Tribe Called Quest, a lot of The Roots, De La Soul, a lot of I've been going into that world, a lot of Questlove stuff, Steve Jordan is a drummer, I've been checking out a lot of, that stuff. So that's been where I've been lately.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today. Do you have a final message for your fans and the visitors of Pop Culture Madness?
Everyone, thank you very much. Please pick up a copy of our album, When You're Through Thinking, Say Yes, from Yellowcard. And also check out LPMD. And also check out my solo album, Longineu, Parsons, the Third, Defining Me, which will be out soon. See you guys soon.